Okay, everybody, welcome along to our introduction to ASEA tonight. My name is Julie Watts and I've been with the company for a few years now, and I'm very proud to be part of this company and happy to be introducing you to this product tonight. So first of all, we need to do a little cleanup. So ASEA and Renew 28 are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. They simply empower the body to heal naturally the way it was meant to do. And as you will find out as we go through this presentation tonight, if there is a cell involved, ASEA can help. So you might have one of many reasons for being with us tonight, and it might be that you have a health challenge or want to invest in your future health. You know someone who has a health challenge, you have a pet with a health challenge, and you might be an athlete looking for a competitive edge. You want more endurance and energy, and of course all of us love that. You want to improve the way you look. You might be an entrepreneur looking to be involved with the distribution with this wonderful company. And also you may already take ASEA and just want more information. So hopefully we're going to cover a bit of that tonight, and you might have a bit better idea of how ASEA actually works. So this is the biggest breakthrough in health and wellness, athletic performance and anti-aging of our lifetime. I realise that's a very, very big statement, but I actually believe it to be true. So this is a picture of me when I was 39. I had breast cancer, and with that had moved to my lymph nodes. I'm now 56. And this is not about my cancer, absolutely not, but it is about my immune system and what the treatment for my cancer actually did to my immune system. So before I had my treatment, I had a lot of skin issues, and I was having pieces cut out of me constantly, my back, my legs, my arms, my chest, and my face. So my doctor said to me after I'd had my treatment that my immune system would have been so compromised that that issue was going to get worse, and to be honest, I didn't think it could, but it actually literally did. So this was after my treatment, one of several operations I went on to have, and as you can see, there are a lot of scars on my forehead from previous surgeries, and then once my nose healed up, they actually went on to cut more out of my forehead, which you wouldn't actually believe could be possible. And in the end, really wasn't possible. And they went on to treat me with different things. So this one was a particular cream that where you apply any abnormal cells that are there actually do what this did. I actually had this treatment about 3 times. So literally those cells just kept coming. And then the very last treatment I had before finding ASEA was this one, which was actually a different cream, which did a similar thing but works slightly different on the immune system. And I had that on my chest and my face. And as you can see, no matter how much treatment I had, I still had abnormal cells continually showing up. But this story starts here for me because one of my friends who was already involved in ASEA saw this picture on Facebook and contacted me, and I am so glad and will be forever grateful that they actually did. And that started my journey with ASEA and Renew 28, and I literally have had none of these issues since. So my personal health journey, just so that you can get an idea of my health over time and where we are now. So I had a long life of allergies and asthma, ruptured appendix at 16 and had peritonitis and was in hospital for a very long time and nearly died. My right ovary and tube were removed at that time because they actually just fell apart. Between the ages of 16 and 25, I had multiple operations for bowel obstructions, bladder things, and ovarian cysts on the ovary that I had left. At age 25, I actually had a complete hysterectomy where they took what was left of the other ovary. I then lived on hormone replacement from the age of 25. At 30, I had high cholesterol and was taking statins. At age 35, I had osteopenia, which is before osteoporosis, but I now have osteoporosis. Age 35, I had hypothyroidism and was treated with thyroxine, T3 and T4. I've had pre-diabetic sugar levels for a very long time. As I said before, age 39, the breast cancer in the lymph and in the lymph nodes and all the treatment. I have shingles, osteo and rheumatoid arthritis, and also adrenal fatigue. So why do we get sick? All illness starts at a cellular level, no matter what it is. Genetics, poor diet, environmental toxins, lack of exercise, stress, infections from bacteria, virus and fungus, inflammation, and a failure of your immune system to detect damage. So Albert Schweitzer once said, each person carries his own doctor inside himself. And I truly believe that is the case, and it certainly has been the case with me. And that's what you're here tonight to find out, how you can help your body heal itself using these amazing products. So to do that, we need a little bit of cellular background. So we live and die at the cellular level, and our bodies are made up of systems, and our systems are made of organs. Our organs are made of tissues. Our tissues are made of cells, and our cells make something called redox signaling molecules. You may never have heard of redox signaling molecules until tonight, but they are truly amazing little molecules. They direct the cell's activities of protect, detect, repair, and replace. When our cells are healthy, we are healthy. Redox signaling molecules are already made in every single cell in our body, every second of every day. They are essential to life and are involved in every major body system and function that we have. So this is a picture of a human cell. We have trillions and trillions of cells in our body. And in each cell, there are little things called mitochondria. Depending what type of cell it is, dictates how many mitochondria are in each cell. We have 300 billion new cells made every day in our bodies, and 300 million cells die every minute. And if that doesn't tell you how important our cellular health is, nothing will. Let's take a look at how our body actually makes redox molecules. So all fluid in our body needs to be kept in balance or homeostasis. The cells and the fluid in between the cells contain differing amounts of sodium chloride, which is saline solution. This is the reason a doctor will use a saline solution in an IV drip if you're in hospital. So our cells are the same. They are little bags of salt water, and in them we have mitochondria. Mitochondria are very important. They actually produce our energy, and or adenosine triphosphate, or ATP, as you may have heard it called. But the little mitochondria are the powerhouses of our cells, and they are the reason we can blink our eyes and move our arms and think and do everything that we do. But as a byproduct of producing energy, mitochondria also produce these little things called redox signaling molecules. There are two types. There's reductants. Reductants are responsible for protecting the cells and activating antioxidants in our body, our natural antioxidants. And the other one is an oxidant, and it detects, repairs, and replaces damaged cells by calling the immune system in when it finds a problem. So our bodies are constantly working hard to maintain a balance. They keep us free from toxins, virus, and bacteria. They maintain our pH level, reduce oxidation, which is rusting of our body, which is caused by a lack of antioxidant response to toxins or free radical attacks on our cells. And we all know today, we've all heard about free radicals and antioxidants. Our bodies also try and constantly to reduce inflammation. And when our redox molecules are lacking or out of balance, there may be no signal to either start or shut down the inflammatory response, which can lead to serious health challenges over time. So there are two types of illness caused by two different things. Very interesting. So one is the failure of your immune system to activate antioxidants. This is called oxidative stress. Oxidative stress causes things like hypertension, heart disease, Alzheimer's, macular degeneration, osteoarthritis, stroke, obesity, and type 2 diabetes, just to name a few. But on the other side of the equation, which is where, as you can see from my recent medical history, which is where I squarely lie, is a failure of your immune system to detect, repair, and replace damaged cells. And that is called inflammatory stress. So this causes things like asthma, allergies, bowel issues, thyroid issues, hormonal imbalance, autoimmune disorders, cancer, and skin issues. So most people lie on one side or the other mainly, and they can cross over as well, have a bit of oxidative stress and inflammatory stress, but generally you'll find you sit on one side, unless you're very healthy and very balanced and you don't have any of these issues, and I hope that that's actually the case for you. So the very first signaling molecule was discovered in 1998, and these three scientists won a Nobel Prize in physiology or medicine for actually finding this signaling molecule. So that's how long they've been around. And recently in 2011, 12, 13, 14, 16 and 2017, the Nobel Prizes in Physiology or Medicine have been awarded to breakthroughs in cellular communication. Now, I've been studying redox molecules and cellular communication for a while now because I'm so interested in the product and what it's capable of, and I have studied all of these Nobel Prizes, and I don't pretend to understand them, but they are fascinating, and it truly does show you that the future of science and medicine is definitely heading in the cellular communication area. So most people have heard of the Huffington Post. It's an online newspaper in America, or the HuffPost as it's called sometimes. And this story was in that newspaper in 2016. And it said the 5 emerging technologies in science that will shape our lives in the coming years are organic electronics, nutrigenomics, synthetic biology, neuromorphic engineering, and number 4 was redox signaling technology. So it is out there and it is starting to be known. So redox biochemistry is one of the fastest growing areas of science in the world today, literally. There are already over 16,000 studies on redox signaling published in peer-reviewed and scientific and medical journals, and over 1,200 books written on redox biochemistry that have already been published. So this is not new to some, but it's certainly new to most of us. So the redox breakthrough came after nearly 2 decades of research and millions of dollars spent. A team of scientists led by an atomic medical physicist called Dr. Gary Samuelson actually achieved what was absolutely thought to be impossible by the scientific world. They created and stabilized redox signaling molecules outside of the body so that we can supplement with them. This technology is 10 to 15 years ahead of its time. It is true cutting-edge technology. It's actually a new category of science. Your doctor may not know about it. It's not taught in medical schools, so why would they? And less than 1% of the population know about this. And it was truly once thought to be impossible. So this is ASEA's patented 3-step process to making redox molecules for us to supplement with, and it is made in exactly the same way as I've just explained that our body actually makes these molecules. So they start with the same thing. Our cells are full of saline solution, salt and water. That's what we start with. So we start with pristine, very, very, very clean salt and water, which has gone through a several days process where the salt water is broken down into free-floating atoms. So all the atoms are separated. And then step 3 is they are restructured into the exact same structure as the redox signaling molecules that we make in our cells. So what is ASEA redox is not. Everybody asks me, oh, is it like, when I start to explain ASEA to them, but the answer to that is it's not like anything else at the moment. There is nothing on the planet like this product. It's not a vitamin, a mineral, an antioxidant, an exotic juice, an alkaline water, and it's absolutely not a medication. ASEA is a redox cell signaling supplement. It improves cell communication inside cells and between cells. It activates our antioxidants. It improves gene signaling in genetic pathways, and it simply helps your body to heal itself. Your body is the most complex communication network. It's like a house on fire. If you have a nice strong cell signal, you can call in the fire brigade and they will come and put out the fire because they know where the fire is. But what happens when you don't have a cell signal or you don't have a phone on you at all? You can't call in the fire brigade and the house burns down. That's exactly what is going on inside our bodies if our redox molecules aren't balanced and we don't have enough of them. So the missing link, of course, in all of this is redox signaling molecules, and they can only be found in a bottle of ASEA. So we need materials and we need labour to have a healthy body, to have healthy cells. If we don't have healthy cells, we don't have a healthy body. The materials are the food and the supplements that we take, so proteins, carbohydrates, fats, vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and yes, sometimes medication. But if we don't have the correct labour to use these things, then they're not being taken up by our cells and used to their full potential. So redox signaling molecules is what helps us, helps our cells to know what to do with these things when we eat them or take them. So the genesis of ASEA, just so you know a little bit about the company and where it came from. It is an amazing long story, but I'm going to keep it very short. Meet Tyler Norton and Virtus Norton, father and son. These gentlemen bought a struggling biotech company that was actually trying to make redox signaling molecules for use outside of the body, and they had managed to stabilize the redox molecules, but they hadn't been able to stabilize them with a shelf life. They had ran out of money, and eventually Virtus Norton bought the company, employed the medical atomic physicist Gary Samuelson, and they went on to finish stabilizing the product so that it could be supplemented with. And they chose not to sell this to a pharmaceutical company, which they very easily could have done, but to distribute it in the way they are doing so that it would get to the people who need it, like you and I and your families. So ASEA's success story, it's been profitable since its first year. It owns its own manufacturing facilities, which I've visited in Utah and Salt Lake City. It has many distribution centres around the world. It ships to over 30 countries now, and it has year-on-year growth. And many, many lives have been changed by this product and these guys making that decision to take ASEA to the world the way they have. So we've just spent a long time talking about our bodies making redox molecules. So you might be thinking, well, if we're making them, why on earth do I need to supplement with them? Well, the reason is simple. Redox signaling declines with age, and it is actually the reason that we age, or a very big part of the reason that we age. So when we're born, healthy babies have lots of cells, lots of mitochondria, making lots of redox molecules. They can run around all day without getting tired. When they hurt themselves, they heal very fast. But at puberty, they start to decrease. And by the time you are 70 years old, you are only producing 10 to 20% of the redox molecules you used to make when you were younger. And of course, things set in. And I like this picture because it explains this. I think sadly today, we are meant to live and die. We're not meant to live forever, but I think that today's society, we are getting sicker, younger, and getting things that we really shouldn't be getting. So, this picture is indicative of what I think happens. So I think we are aging very quickly and a lot younger, inside and out these days. Due to things like this, we all have days like this. Some people live feeling like this every day, God forbid. We have a lot of inflammation in our bodies today that we didn't used to have. And yes, I do sometimes feel like this. This is all from stress, environmental toxins, and of course the food that we eat. And I'm not just talking about junk food. I'm actually talking about some of the boxes that you would have in your cupboards that you are feeding your children. If you read the back of the box, sometimes it's really hard to find an actual food. The ingredients are all numbers and chemicals, and that is very sad. So all of this diminishes cellular efficiency and function. The cellular healing process becomes very slow and sluggish, and you begin to feel and see the visible effects of aging. So why aren't we getting better? Pharmaceutical drugs generally treat symptoms. Yes, they get people better, no question about that, but sometimes they are just treating the symptoms and putting band-aids on things rather than getting to the root cause of the problem. So naturopaths try and get to root causes of problems, and they take a little longer, sometimes quite a lot longer, but they are actually trying to deal with the actual cause of the issue and not just putting a band-aid on it. And a balanced set of redox molecules actually help your body deal with the root causes of illness. Until ASEA, there has never been a way to supplement your cells with a balanced set of redox molecules. So here's some Australian statistics which are really frightening. 1 in 5 suffer from an autoimmune challenge. 30% suffer inflammatory conditions. 1 in 2 people will be diagnosed with cancer by the age of 75, some type of cancer, and that is a new statistic. 1 in 5 suffer from mental illness. Cardiovascular disease is the leading cause of death in Australia. A lot of people think it's cancer, but it's not. It's actually cardiovascular disease. 80% of women suffer from some hormone imbalance, and this includes insulin and thyroid deficiencies. 50% of the population suffer from digestive disorders. Over 100,000 people have developed diabetes in this past year. That is staggering. 1 in 5 suffer chronic pain, and 1 in 100 suffer from autism, and sadly that number is worse now. So let's talk about our genes. Our genes are the blueprint to our health, and sadly today, because of all the things that you're looking at here, our genes are switching off when they should be on when they should be off, and wreaking havoc with our systems. So what are they? What are genes? Genes are short sections of DNA. And today it's now known that our DNA is not as fixed as it was once believed to be. It can change. Genes can be altered by genetic expression. The study of epigenetics today is absolutely fascinating. The study of epigenetics is studying what effects things have actually on our genes, like what effect the food we eat has on our genes, what we breathe has on our genes, how we think, the stress we're under has on our genes. It's truly incredible, incredible science. And genes actually dictate cell function. So thousands of genes expressed in a particular cell determine what the cell can do. And ASEA has now been scientifically proven to increase the signaling in 5 very important genetic pathways. The signaling to these genetic pathways increased by 20 to 31% in 5 major areas of health in a recent study. These are immune system response, inflammatory response, cardiovascular health, digestive health, and hormone modulation. And this is the gene study that was done just last year by a company called Tourette Laboratories in America. They are a large genetic laboratory. This was a double-blind, placebo-controlled study. And as you can see, the placebo was actually the saline solution that ASEA is made from. And obviously the blue line was the people taking ASEA. So over that study time, everyone on the study had increases to their cell signaling by 20 to 31% in those areas that we just discussed, which is just truly amazing. So this one is one that really excites me because it really explains to me why I see what I see when I take ASEA and when people around me take ASEA. So this gene itself, EGR1, actually influences 15 other genetic pathways. And pathway 1 is serotonin receptor. So that explains why people's foggy heads clear up, why they're less anxious, all of those sorts of things. It really does help your brain in that way. Pathway 3 is circadian rhythm. Explains why people say my sleep has improved. I took sleeping pills for 20 years on and off. I slept very little, and it took quite a few months on taking ASEA before I noticed that change, but now I don't take anything and I sleep like a baby and I wake up refreshed. And believe me, after the life I've had, that is truly a blessing. Human thyroid stimulating hormone. explains why I now don't take my thyroid medication anymore. And I didn't come off that lightly. My doctor said to me when he did blood tests, oh, you don't need that anymore, which is very exciting. Insulin signaling actually helps with insulin signaling, which is just really exciting as well. But the really biggie here is the NRF2 pathway. The NRF2 pathway has to do with antioxidant health. And oxidative stress is the #1 health risk factor in Australia today. And the NRF2 pathway is critical for the production of and activation of your own body's master antioxidants, which are glutathione and superoxide dismutase, or SOD, you may have heard it called. So ASEA redox studies have showed that there is a 500 to 800% increase in the production and activation, which is very important, of glutathione in the body when you take ASEA. Just think about that for a minute. That is an amazing number, but it has been proven, and glutathione is very, very important to so many things in the body. It also lowers oxidized LDL cholesterol. And ASEA redox's impact on antioxidant health truly is nothing short of staggering. Preclinical trials also have shown that ASEA killed bacteria and viruses 100% of the time in over 30 resistant strains they tested. It's scientifically proven to regulate that feel-good hormone serotonin, to reduce anxiety, to regulate a healthy sleep cycle, as I said, to reduce inflammation, to signal healthy insulin production, support thyroid function, regulate hormone reception, lower LDL cholesterol, increase the production and efficiency of antioxidants, mobilize free-flowing fatty acids to increase endurance and enhance fat oxidation for weight loss and increase energy. And let me just explain those two. ASEA redox is not a weight loss supplement in any way, shape or form. But what it does to increase energy and endurance for athletes, which helps with weight loss, obviously, it actually takes some fat out of your fat cells and turns it into, free-flowing fatty acids back into your bloodstream so that you can actually use fat instead of sugar or glucose or carbs for burning for energy. Our bodies are meant to burn fat. They only burn glucose and sugar because we fill it full of it and it'll use it first, but our bodies actually like to burn fat. And ASEA actually helps you do that. And it's an amazing thing for endurance and athletes. So increased metabolism over 4 weeks of taking ASEA. Decreases our disease risk factors by reducing oxidative stress, which is really important. Improves enzyme production and gut health. Wow, that's a biggie today. It has zero toxicity, no matter how much you take. And it is safe for people of all ages. And it's not natural, it's native to the body because our cells actually make it. When you take ASEA, your body actually doesn't take a little while to figure out what to do with it. It actually knows exactly what to do with it, which is really important. So what are the experts saying? Anne-Louise Gittleman is known as the First Lady of Nutrition in America, and she says, ASEA, in my humble estimation, is the greatest advance in lifestyle medicine, which harnesses the power of your own body to keep it well. Important. It harnesses the power of your own body to keep it well. And Dr. Gary Samuelson, who is the atomic medical physicist that actually stabilized the molecules, God bless him, this technology has the potential to spearhead the greatest advances in health we have ever seen. Medical professionals all over the world are starting to wake up to what this is capable of, and many, many lives have been changed. And ASEA redox is one of the most significant health science breakthroughs of our lifetime. So ASEA is the only place in the world where you can get these two exclusive breakthrough products. ASEA redox supplement is cellular health from the inside out, and Renew 28 is a revitalizing whole body gel from cellular health from the outside in. It's 100% safe, it is completely non-toxic, and it's not natural, it's native. ASEA is scientifically validated. This is really important. How many times have I heard somebody say it's just a bottle of salt water just because it says salt and water on the ingredients? A loaf of bread, the ingredients doesn't say bread. It actually says flour, wheat, sugar, salt. So this company called BioAgilytix actually certifies every batch of ASEA and Renew 28 and to say that they contain redox signaling molecules. This company is a large company. They're not going to say something contains something that it does not. They provide services and research to most of the top pharmaceutical and biotech companies in America. So let's chat about Renew 28 and the full body gel. Fantastic stuff. It really is the most advanced anti-aging skin therapy ever brought to the market because it works at a cellular level and nothing else does. It is simple, safe, proven, affordable, and effective. So these are the product range. These two actually contain redox molecules, so the Renew 28 and then also the intensive redox serum, which just has, it's great for little fine lines and things like that. Like any other serum, it's just intensive and has more redox molecules. The other two products are the Gentle Refining Cleanser, which is absolutely beautiful product for preparing the skin to receive the redox molecules. And then, of course, the Ultra Replenishing Moisturizer to use after it if you feel you need a moisturizer. I actually don't use a moisturizer after the Renew 28 gel, but some people actually feel like they do need to. And sometimes people's skin gets worse before it gets better when you use Renew 28 because it's working at a cellular level. You might find, you might think your skin's drying out, feeling a bit flaky, not looking so great. Trust me, just keep using it because that will change. It just means that the Renew 28 is actually working. Your skin will look great when it gets through that process. So Renew 28 is validated by science. It's clinically tested by Dermatest, a German company, and given a 5-star rating, and they don't do that easily. And also Stevens and Associates, the same thing. So we see a 23% decrease in wrinkle depth, 23% decrease in wrinkle depth, 23% increase in skin smoothness, 20% improvement in skin elasticity, a visible reduction in redness and irritation, and the absolute biggest one out of all this is 50% increase in skin blood flow to the area that it is applied, which explains why Renew 28 is capable of so many other things other than just improving your looks. So here's some pictures of people that have used Renew 28 for 28 days. And as you can see, they really are having some staggering results. As I said, it is a full body gel, not just a face gel. So it's used in wherever it is needed. This gentleman in America actually decided to try Renew 28 on half his face for 28 days. And I think you can tell which side has the Renew 28 on it. Very brave man. And here's a few more pictures of what Renew 28 is capable of. So Dermatest also did a 12-week clinical study on cellulite with Renew 28. And it was staggering as well. Nearly a 16% improvement in the appearance of cellulite over 12 weeks. Here's a couple of more photos. And as I said, these guys would be very pleased with their results. And seeing is believing when you use this product. So if it can do all that on the outside, just imagine what ASEA Redox supplement does on the inside. It has a significant impact for athletes, and we have a lot of athletes that take this product. It increases their endurance because it spares their muscle glycogen and supplies more free fatty acids, as we just discussed before, so they can use their fatty acids instead of sugar or glucose, which helps them actually go longer or further. It increases their strength because they can continue to train without breaking down. They have great recovery because they have less lactic acid buildup in their muscles, and the lactic acid buildup in muscles is what stops people going back and training again because they have sore muscles and they have to let them recover before they can go and work again. Well, you use ASEA and use Renew 28 on those muscles before and after training, you have no lactic acid buildup, and the repair is sped up quite substantially. And of course, it helps with their mental stamina and it increases their VO2 max, which is the volume of oxygen they can keep in their bloodstream before they actually hit the wall, basically. So here are some of our ASEA athletes, and this big gentleman down the bottom is Eddie Hall, and he's the world's strongest man. And the young man up in the top corner is Cody Miller, and he is an Olympic gold medal champion swimmer, a breaststroke. And they all use ASEA, so even Olympic athletes use ASEA. It cannot be found in drug tests because it's not a drug. It's just supplying your body with a little bit more of what we already make. So ASEA has helped my body repair itself and reduce my need for medication. So I don't take sleeping pills anymore. I've lowered my cholesterol. I've got great sugar levels. I don't take thyroid medication. I have no adrenal fatigue and increased energy and endurance, and no more hormone replacement therapy either, which is a little bit of a blessing because every time I went to a doctor, they had a fit that I was taking it because I had already had cancer many years ago. So this is a new product. It's NFR, which means not for retail in Australia at the moment, but you can get it. It has to come from America. And ASEA truly is raising the bar in nutritional supplementation. This product is incredible. So ASEA Via Source is a whole food micronutrient supplement containing vitamins, minerals, phytonutrients, organic superfoods, trace minerals, and enzymes, all working together to support cellular health and general wellness. It has 0 synthetics, which is great because your body doesn't know what to do with synthetics, and a lot of supplements have synthetic things in them. And it is 100% whole food from non-GMO sources, which is brilliant. So Source includes an organic whole food blend of 24 superfoods. Truly amazing. Source includes tremendous diversity of ingredients. So the important trace minerals, where they get this stuff from is incredible. They're getting red algae from, Iceland and ancient plant deposits. So it's just this great source of bioavailable calcium and magnesium. Bioavailable meaning it's ready for your cells to take it up when you take it. Your cells don't have to try and figure out what to do with it. Your body knows what to do with it. So a lot of people say we are what we eat. Well, that's not really true. It's actually what we absorb. You can eat whatever you want. You can take as many supplements as you want, but if your body is not prepared to use it or doesn't know how to use it, then it's not being used and it's just coming out the other end. So this product is taking bioavailability to an absolute new level. It is whole food-based nutrition. It has glycoprotein ferments, which is amazing, with organic guava, holy basil, and lemon. It is patented bioamplify enzyme complex. This is a new patented product from ASEA, and it contains protease, amylase, lipase, cellulase, calcium, zinc, manganese, and magnesium. So taking ASEA Source is equivalent of having 2 cups of fresh organic fruits, 1 cup of sea vegetables, 2 cups of leafy green salad, 4 ounces of grass juices, half a cup of healthy oils, and over 20 bioavailable food-based vitamins and minerals. Really an incredible product. Again, we live and die at the cellular level, and we talked before about the materials and the labour and what you need. So ASEA is now the only company in the world to offer your cells the material and the labour to get the work done. Really, really amazing. So let's answer some questions that you may have. ASEA is gluten-free, vegan, non-GMO, contains no harsh chemicals. It is not tested on animals. It is totally non-toxic, and it's not natural. It's native to the body, meaning your body knows exactly what to do with it when you take it. It cannot hurt you no matter how much you take. It does not interfere or interact with any drug or any treatment that somebody may be having. It can increase your cell's uptake of medication, which is why some people do manage to lower their medication, or even in some cases get off their medication simply because their cells are using it better and they're getting better. You cannot be allergic to it because you already have it in your system. And it can be refrigerated to improve the taste, and is definitely not a banned substance for athletes. So if you're worried about the amount of salt in a sear, if you can have a slice of white bread, you can take a sear. There is less salt in a dose of a sear than there is in a slice of white bread. It can taste different to different people, and it can taste different on different days, which is really interesting, and I find that fascinating. And I can tell you, I notice on days that I'm not feeling so great that my sear tastes worse. So very interesting. And it can have a slight chlorine taste. Most people think it tastes like a mouthful of pool water. I actually call it my pool water. So why are you hearing about a sear this way? This is a new breakthrough technology years ahead of its time. Less than 1% of the population know about it yet. Most of the medical profession still don't know about it because redox biochemistry is not taught in medical school yet. I'm sure it will be, but it's not there yet. So if you ask your doctor about a sear, they will look at it and tell you it's a bottle of salt water. Word of mouth is the only way to bring a product like a sear to the market and get it to the people who need it. You can't put it on a supermarket shelf or a chemist shelf. Nobody would know what it is. It needs somebody to explain it. And the reason for that is it's such new technology, groundbreaking technology. So results. It's all about timing and what state your body might be in at the moment. So a small amount of people will see a difference very quickly. I've had people notice a difference straight away. I've had people notice a difference overnight, but not many. Most people will see a change within 90 days or so. Some people it can take even longer. So commit to at least 3 months. Talk to the person who invited you. If you're going to take a sear and give it a try, please don't say, I'll just take 1 bottle, or please don't say, I'll just take it for a month, because that is not fair on the person who introduced you to the product, and it is definitely not fair on a sear because it takes 3 months to really notice what it's able to do in your body. So how much a sear should I take? Every case of a sear includes 60 ml plastic measuring cup, and the maintenance dose, the standard dose, is 60 ml twice a day, a couple of minutes either side of food. It doesn't have to be a long time before or after food because there's trillions of molecules in a dose of a sear, and it gets into your bloodstream very, very quickly. It's a great idea to swish it around in your mouth for a little bit before you swallow it. If you have a specific concern, talk to the person who invited you to learn about a sear, and they will get an answer for you on how much you should be taking. So just again, I need to reiterate that a sear when you're 28 are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. They simply do help the body to heal naturally, the way it's meant to do. If there is a cell involved, a sear can help. So let's talk about the opportunity this creates. Breakthroughs create opportunity. Imagine having the single greatest breakthrough in wellness, anti-aging, athletics, and skincare in your hands with no competition and absolutely no copycats. This is heavily patented technology. No one can copy it for a very long time. And less than 1% of the population know about it. You know, there are plenty of people to share this with. And it is truly a once in history timing. You know, companies start with innovation and introduction, then they go into their growth stage, and then they mature. Where do you think a sear sits in this little story here? It's actually pre-momentum and also post-risk, meaning it's been around for a while now. It's been tested, tried and true, and the company is getting stronger and stronger and stronger every day. And we are just ahead of a massive growth spurt in this company. So we're about to move into the growth of the company, and it's incredible to be part of that. So where do you see yourself? As a consumer? Fabulous. Please get back to the person who introduced you to a sear and get some product ordered and give it a go yourself, and please try it for 3 months. Would you like to be a part-time builder and earn a little bit of extra money? Pay for your product, perhaps. It's very easy to do with ASEA. Or you might be an entrepreneur and want to have a full-time business with ASEA, which is what I do and a lot of other people, and it truly is very, very rewarding. There is absolutely nothing like making a living while making a difference, and that is exactly what being part of ASEA does. Truly makes a difference in people's lives. And may you never know what you are preventing. For more information, please get back to the person who invited you here tonight. Thank you so much for coming, and hopefully we'll see you again on another webinar. Thanks very much. Have a great night.